Welcome to My Skeptical Sister. I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer. I feel like I haven't seen you in 4 years.
I know.
Why?
Because it's been 4 days.
I know, but it's been longer.
Has it?
I feel like we haven't seen each other since we recorded last, which is weird.
I thought you said since we were recording last. I was like, we've never recorded.
I know. Go on, Court.
What do you mean?
Court.
I know this is Kentucky, but come on. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, since we recorded last, really? That can't be possible.
We tried to do something Friday and it failed.
Oh, that's right. Maybe.
I don't think we've seen each other.
That is so bizarre.
And now that your text messages are fully messed up, and I can't tell when you read things, I don't know if you're mad. I just assume you're mad at me all the time.
That's a good assumption. Just always assume. That way you always send me nice texts. And
yeah, okay. There's something about like on TikTok, Elise Myers, who's blown up. She's huge on TikTok, but she did something. She was like, people who love anxiety-ridden people should just always start with, I'm not mad at you. There's nothing that I'm upset about.
Oh, that's funny. Well, just know I'm never mad at you.
You're mad at me sometimes.
Well, I mean, growing up throughout the years.
No,
yes.
As an adult, and I can usually in person, I know when you're mad at me.
Well, yeah, but you also know when you've done something that you're like, oh, that probably could make her mad. So I bet now. But if you've not done anything, you weirdo.
I know, but also like the fact that for some reason, the fact that our text messages are now green and not blue somehow makes me feel like you can't tell the way I'm saying it.
No, I it's not.
It's like, so what if she thought that was a pissy thing I just said?
No, Erin, that's just when you give me a hard period at the end of a sentence.
And I accidentally did that when I was not being safe the other day and texting and driving.
I asked you something like, can Miles come over to da-da-da while I run to the store? And you just like, sure, period. I was like, well, bitch.
I know. And then I was like, oh, crap. I immediately, like, I'm talking into my phone. I'm doing the microphone. Like, I did not mean that period. The period was not. That's so ridiculous.
I know, but you knew that's how I read it. See?
Yeah.
You know me well enough to know, like, oh, I bet that period really pissed her off.
Right. Like, I don't want you to read into it that you're like, sure.
Well, somebody out there, because I just don't have the time to do it. And at this point, I'm okay with passing the baton.
I'm not okay with. Are you about to say you don't care about your phone?
No. I was going to say an invention that I thought of a long time ago that I'm just too exhausted and don't have enough time to capitalize on. So if you do hear it from here and you are kind, then you'll give me some of the proceeds.
Okay.
But actually, and Jack too. maybe he won't want me to say this, but when Jack and I used to live together, we would talk about, same thing, like sending texts to each other.
Yeah.
And especially when you live together, sometimes you don't mean anything shitty, but it's like did you eat my leftovers? Not because I'm mad, but because I was going to go eat them.
I'm going to stop looking.
Right. I'm going to stop looking and I'll go get something else. But, so anyway, so we decided there should be an app, and I don't even mean like an app. I just want it to be already on the phone that the font changes with your inflection. So if you are pissed, it would type out in a certain font or whatever.
Yeah. There's like a passive aggressive
Yes. Please give me a passive-aggressive text font. That would be amazing.
Right.
And they could be named that. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like instead of like Comic Sans, instead of that, it would be like passive-aggressive. And you would just see that text. Yeah, that would be like brilliant. Yes, exactly. Or like an I'm sorry. Like I really do mean it.
Right.
It's authentic. It's genuine.
Authentic text.
Yes. And you know what? I would love for my job to come up with those names for the text. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
I'd be like naming the crayons. I always have been jealous of, or the nail polish colors.
Mm-hmm.
Those are great jobs.
Yeah,
People get paid for that.
Oh, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Ice cream flavors. Then you get to taste the ice cream.
Heck yeah, you do.
What?
Man.
Who are these people? How do you fall into a job like that?
I don't know. Sounds incredible.
Sure does.
I have a podcast idea for somebody to start, but it's too much work.
Oh, yeah. We don't need another podcast, so tell them what to do.
I didn't think I was going to bring this up, but since you said you want this app created or this artificial intelligence created, I would like for someone to create a podcast where one host tells a story of like like the Making a Murder documentary.
Uh-huh.
I watched that and was like, there's no way this man is guilty.
Oh, yeah. You told me this idea. This is a good idea.
Yeah, guys, do this. And then, if you get big, just don't forget about us.
Yeah, we'll do a trailer swap. We'll
Yes.
promote you. You promote
I feel
us.
like you would get bigger with this.
Oh, definitely.
concept.
They'll definitely. This is a great concept, and also, but only do it if you guys like have good chemistry.
Yeah, find somebody you've got good chemistry with, and you're good at research. This is why I'm not doing this, because I don't want to do the research.
We don't want the research, but I just would hate for you to give this little nugget of gold.
Right.
Should
I not give it? Should I keep
give it? Give it out there on the
Okay.
chance that maybe whatever. But don't give it away. I'm just afraid of you giving it away to somebody who's going to take it and just
Yeah.
But nobody would do that who listens to this podcast.
Yeah,
we've got amazing listeners. So go ahead, tell them your idea.
Okay, so my idea, because when I watch something like persuasive journalism, I think that's the technical term.
Yeah.
I fall for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Right. The way it's edited.
Yes, I watched A&E's special on that dirtbag,
Joe Dirtbag?
Peterson.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, Scott Peterson.
Scott Peterson, but
Exactly.
is he a dirtbag?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, he's a dirtbag, irregardless.
Oh, yeah.
Fully dirtbag.
Yeah.
But did he murder his wife?
Mm-hmm.
And after watching it, I was like, I am less convinced. Growing up, I think that's what got me into true crime. That story, I was like obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Which is awful.
Yeah. But
Lacey Peterson.
It was riveting.
It was riveting. It was on the news all the time. And then his mistress came out. Like, I remember every detail. I was probably like 9.
Yeah. It was like peeling the layers back and seeing it in live time.
Yes. And I was 110% convinced that this douchebag was guilty of every sin possible.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as an adult, I watched that documentary and I was like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Feels like the cops dropped the ball a lot. Like they didn't follow up on a lot of things. There was a lot of activity going on around it. I don't know. I think he was a dick for sure, but I don't know if he murdered his wife. So what I want a podcast of 2 people with great chemistry.
Great research.
Preferably women. You know how I am. I just like to listen to women talk more. But if you're one of our male listeners.
Oh, we've had a spike in
male
listeners, so you're going to have to.
I know. I'm toning it down. I'm so thankful you're here.
Listen, I love the men. I'll say it. I got lots of men friends.
I love the men on a lot of aspects. For some reason, I just don't like to listen to them talk. It's fine. But anyways, I want 2 people with good chemistry and who are good at researching. Mm-hmm. One argues the whole entire episode why this person is guilty. And like they spend an hour on it and they go in depth. Yeah. The next episode is why this person is definitely not guilty. And they do an hour on that. And then that last episode, they just banter back and forth and try to argue, like debate.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
That sounds so good.
That's good. And then I want to be friends on their Facebook page so that I can then weigh in on which one I think is true.
Yeah, I just want creator credits. TM.
Yeah.
TM.
Let's do that.
I'm taking it back. TM. Don't do it. Don't do it unless you talk to me first.
I love it. That's a great idea. It's great.
Thank you.
And it's so fascinating because it's just the way that things are spun that make it so believable in either direction.
Right.
Which just really solidifies like, do we really know anything? The truth behind anything? I don't. The older I get, the more I'm like, I get why people are totally into conspiracy theories. I get it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, not like, there are some.
Not like flat Earth. You're not telling me you're a flat earther, right?
No, not yet. This is the episode.
You're like, A, I don't believe in ghosts. B, the earth is flat and you can't tell me otherwise.
Oh, no. I'm just saying there are some conspiracies or some things that I think have been proven. They were thought to be conspiracies and then they are proven. And then it's like, what? That's, I don't know. I just think it's all very fascinating. And it's kind of like the blue and gold dress.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The gold and white dress versus the blue and black dress.
Yeah. And that mint green shoe versus
those things blow.
Pink shoe or something?
Yeah. It's a pink and white shoe. Versus
I've never seen it pink, which is why I don't remember.
Oh, I am at the point where I can even adjust my eyes and make it do both.
I can do that with Yancy and what's that other one?
Yancy and
like Laurel.
Yeah, it's Yancy and Laurel.
Yeah.
How weird.
I can hear both of those at the same time.
That is super weird.
I feel very advanced.
I feel like
I cannot see the shoe any other color but mint green.
It's just weird to me. Like your perception, what is reality?
Yeah, it's very weird.
What if green is really pink to you and I've always been taught pink is green?
I used to think that I would spend hours not sleeping thinking about that. Like, how do you know that you're seeing the world the same way?
Right. And I think also that kind of comes with that is like being an educator, you understand how much power you have.
Yeah.
Like, the other day, I don't know if I should admit to doing this, but whatever, I'm gonna, because
Okay.
you know, again, it is the power of teaching somebody something. Well, I went in and I had to cover for our art teacher, and she had them all drawing these cute little pilgrims, and they were so cute.
Yeah.
But I was like, why are we drawing pilgrims? It's 2021. We all know pilgrims are shit.
Right.
Like, they were bad people.
Colonizers. Why are we celebrating them?
Why are we celebrating them? But I was like, well, it's in her lesson plans. I guess I have to do it, you know? And then I was like, just get through it. Just do it. It's
Everybody
fine.
know this was not my art class.
No, of
never.
course it was not. And I will not ever say the school that I teach in, because actually I consider our art teacher pretty woke. So I don't even think she thought about it.
Right.
You know, it was one of those things. Like, I think she's amazing, and she just didn't think about it. It was
Yeah.
a cutesy little Thanksgiving, pull
Sure.
this out real quick and do it. So I'm covering for her, and they're all drawing a pilgrim. And then one of the kids was like, somebody said the word pilgrim. I wasn't even going to say it. I was like, we're just going to draw this for Thanksgiving. You know,
We're going to draw these little people in weird clothes.
I know. But then one kid was like, they started talking at the table with themselves. That's a pilgrim. And then somebody was like, what's a pilgrim, Miss Mattingly? And I was like, well, they were very bad white people. I literally I said they were very bad white people who came to America and stole the land from the Native Americans. And they all just
I love it so much.
looked at me like crickets. And they're, by the way, I work at like an all black school, so I'm white. Up there telling them this, and they're looking at me like, what did you just say? And I was like, yes, there were historically very bad white people. I said, and there still are. That's why we have to teach them better.
Right.
And they all just were like, all right. But I mean, that's in large in part why a lot of my kids love me, because they're like, I get you, you know, and I'm like, I swear, teach the truth. But anyway, so I'm like, we start to go back to the pilgrims. And I was like, you know what? Everybody ball up your paper and throw it away. And so they did. And then I taught them how to draw a Native American spiritual bird. Because I thought, you know what? Let's celebrate Native Americans, because they are the ones that need credit, not stupid white people who stole everything from everybody.
I know. I've gotten to a point where I kind of feel guilty about Thanksgiving. I freaking love Thanksgiving.
I do too.
It is my favorite holiday. Not because, obviously, of any of the history whatsoever.
No, it's the food.
It's because all of my favorite food, and it's not even my favorite food, but it's like
once a year food.
Oh, it's once a year food. 7-layer salad.
Right.
And stuffed mushrooms.
Yeah.
We haven't celebrated ours yet because we're waiting until next week.
Right.
When all of our family can get together. And I am so looking forward to all the food. I like and dreaming about it. I had a ham sandwich Thanksgiving night and I was pissed about it. I was like, this is the grossest ham sandwich I've ever had. It should be a warm turkey sandwich with mashed potatoes and 7-layer salad on top.
That's how you do it. Thanksgiving. But here's the thing. You know, I've thought this too. And I don't know. I'm into growing and whatever. I would love to bring our family into that fold, because I wouldn't mind at all if one of us suggested, you know what? Like, we missed Thanksgiving this year. Yeah. It was kind of sad. The rest of the world was celebrating, and we put on the Thanksgiving parade, but it wasn't devastating. I wasn't like devastated. I was just like, well, that sucks. So I'm like, well, what if we just made a conscious effort to pick a different day for us to all get together? Yeah. We don't call it Thanksgiving. We just pick a random day. Yeah. And we make all those same foods, but we don't call it Thanksgiving, and we don't teach our kids that Thanksgiving was a day to celebrate. Yeah. Yeah. There are things. I know. Because then you raise your kids in a culture where they're going to have to constantly explain that. But at the same time, you're raising your kids who are constantly explaining that. That's kind of fucking cool. That is cool. I do like the idea of having a day where you are thankful, like stopping and being thankful. But can we call it something else, like Gratitude Day? Oh, look at you. You're like ready. Oh, I've thought about this a lot, because I'm like, I just don't know. Like, why keep doing something that is rooted in such evil, and yet we celebrate it? Like, if I were Native American and just sat back and watched every year white people gather around and celebrate the day, like, you all have learned nothing. Yeah. I don't know. Food for thought. I got heavy. I know. You started this by saying, I don't know what we're going to talk about. I really did. You never know. So I feel like Saturday, when we have our Gratitude Day, on this Saturday, while we're eating our turkey and all of our traditional Thanksgiving food, we should have a conversation about it with our family. All right, let's do it. We'll let you know how that goes. Yeah, should be great. Maybe we'll be back next week. Yeah, maybe. So my story is from AJ and his wife, kind of, because apparently his wife told him to write us in, and I'm so glad she did.
Oh, good.
So he said he had 2 short stories, and then he sent in a 3rd story. So I think I'm going to read both of the short ones tonight and then save the longer one for next episode.
Okay, we'll just sandwich my story in the middle.
There we go. My experience was with the Hat Man.
Ooh, we love the Hat
We
Man.
do
We
love-
don't love the Hat. Don't come see
No.
me, Hat Man.
We love him as in stay the hell away from us.
Yes, we
But
love
tell us all the
stories.
stories.
Please tell us the Hat Man stories.
I don't remember exactly when this happened, but I was around 10 years old. I remember one night I woke up and saw the shadow of a man wearing a hat walk down the hall and into my room.
Ugh.
He stood there for a minute and reached out, taking the stuffed animal I was sleeping with out of my arms.
Oh no!
I know, and dropped it on the floor. He turned around and left.
Oh, what a bitch!
What an asshole! Like that's not a ghost. That's a buzzkill. Like
Yeah.
that's a joy killer.
That is such a jerk. Like, oh, you like this?
Hey, little boy,
Drop.
you know what I'm here for? To ruin your joy. That's
Just to be mildly inconvenient.
yes.
What a dick!
I know you can still pick it up, but I'm just here to let you know I can do it.
Yeah.
Anytime I want.
It's here. I don't like it in your arms.
Ugh,
Boom.
Also sounds like an older brother or sister dressed up like the Hat
It
Man.
does sound like an older sibling. But
Yeah. It's like I'm
it's
just
a
gonna
lot
mess
to
with them.
commit to.
That is. I'm curious. I wonder if AJ has an older brother or sister. Named Megan, because that kind of sounds like something she might do. He turned around and left. After a few minutes, I was able to move. So I guess they had like sleep paralysis.
Oh, okay.
I was able to move, and I got out of bed, picked up my toy, and hid under my sheets until eventually falling asleep. Ever since that encounter, my cat would sit up on the end of my bed and just stare at one spot on my ceiling.
See, you can't just blame it on sleep paralysis. That is a cat.
Mm.
Like, no, there's something here, dude. I'm
Mm.
watching out for you.
Nothing you did would make her break her gaze. I don't know if this is related to my encounter or not, but it always freaked me out.
Oh,
I know. Well, and here's my thing about the cat. I wonder, what if the cat did that before and it was just something you never even picked up on? You never just noticed. It wasn't important. It didn't seem like anything. But then you got the shit scared out of you one night. And so you're kind of searching and looking for anything that's out of place or weird. And you're like, why is my cat doing that? When really
Yeah.
the cat's been doing that forever, because there's like a little tiny bug that likes to come out from that one hole in the ceiling. I know. Well, his 3rd story,
oh, you went ahead and read the 3rd.
I did. So yeah, I've got to read that one for like the next episode. But it kind of has something related to that, like little a bug or something. So I won't give it away. I'm not no spoilers there.
Just
But-
a teaser.
It does remind me of Corley, my dog who passed away not too long ago. She lived a great life, y'all. It's okay. Don't cry.
I also feel like
very
it
sad.
wasn't not that long ago. It's kind of been a while.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday.
I
She
know.
died. But anyway, she was a great dog. But that dog could, if she got fixated on something, there was no getting her away from it. And when my husband and I first moved in together, we lived at this little apartment and it had a creek right behind it. And she found this one spot in the creek. I don't know, there must have been a crawdad or something. She knew something lived in that creek. And that dog would stand down there for as long as we would. I mean, we'd have to pull her in. And one night we're sitting there eating dinner and she was out on her lead in the creek, like she always does. And the fire department knocks on our door.
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, hello? They're like, yeah, do you own a black and white dog? And instantly I'm like, run to the back to see if she's okay. And she's standing right there. I was like, that dog? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's totally my dog. And he was like, well, we had a neighbor call because they felt like this dog was like being captivated, like was like you would never let her in.
Neglecting
This
Yeah,
dog.
okay.
I said, okay, sir, walk with me.
There's never been a dog less neglected than
I
Corley.
know, we laughed. Yeah, right. Isn't that the truth? We laughed so hard. I walked him out there to this little, creek, and I was like, Corley, I'm like calling her. She is not looking. She is not budging. She is like lasers into this little hole.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, well, that's weird. I was like, oh yeah, watch. And I was like trying to pull her back, and she's doing everything she can to get away from me so she can get back to that hole. He laughed, and I said, we do eventually pull her in so she can eat and drink and sleep. And then we let her go right back out. I said, that's what she wants to do.
the only thing she wants.
I will not take her figurative stuffed toy away from her in the middle of the night. I am
No.
not a joy kill.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that dog enjoy her life and go try to find that thing that she'll never catch.
Yeah. Well, those are two different things. It's the cat who is fixated.
It was, but the cat could be fixated on anything.
Okay, but he can't move. He's scared, laying there, and it like flies out of his arm otherwise. No.
So you've got sleep paralysis mixed with a dream, and his stuffed animal had fallen down in sleep. He wakes up from that dream, no stuffed animal. His mind puts it all together. However, it is the Hat Man.
Yeah.
And we do know what I think about the Hat Man is that it could be alien related, and I am not totally shut off from aliens. So it begs the question, did he have a true encounter with the real Hat Man, or did he have a dream that just happened to have a figure with a hat on it, or an older sibling?
Still, that door is open.
Yes, I'm still leaving that one open because I was an older sibling.
Well, I think that's an awesome story. Thank you, AJ. I can't wait to hear your second one.
I bet you can't. I'm going to read the second one after yours, but I'm going to make you wait for the third one.
Oh, too bad I have access to this email too.
Oh, shit.
I'm just kidding. I won't cheat. That ruined the fun. Okay, so I'm going to read a story from Heather.
Okay, I accidentally opened that one.
Okay.
And I immediately stopped reading after the first line because, like, ooh, this one's going to be good, and we're going to have to fight over it. So,
good. I'm glad I got it.
You won.
That's right. In 2013, I moved from the suburbs of Philadelphia to historic farmland just a few miles south of Gettysburg. Also, when I first read this, I definitely read horrific, and I was like, man, she hates the country. But no, historic. Makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and when I read it, that first line, I was like, ooh, historic Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Shit's about to go down.
For real.
That she thinks of in her mind.
Mid-1800s farmhouse with additions and modifications bringing it to the 20th century. I spent a month of long weekends painting, cleaning, removing old carpet before my family moved in over Thanksgiving.
I love that.
Right?
I love a home renovation.
Me too.
To get to see the transformation,
right,
is amazing.
When we moved here, I was like obsessed with HGTV. And I remember saying, it doesn't need to be turnkey. Give me a house and I'll take care of it.
Let me work on it.
I was also 7.5 months pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
And I would have to drive from Owensboro. Kevin was already living in Louisville. I would drop the kids off at the babysitters. I would drive 2 hours to Louisville, house hunt for about 4 hours, and then drive back. I was like, do not show me another house that even needs paint.
Right.
I better walk in, and this house is gorgeous. I was the worst client. Katie, if you listen, I'm so sorry. You are a realtor. I love the house now. She persisted. And I'm grateful because, oh my gosh, I was a nightmare. Activity initially got written off as noises from mice. The house had been uninhabited for almost a year, and there were mice, but there were other things there also. The previous owners had lived there since the mid-1960s and raised a family there. They also died in the house.
Ooh.
One after the other.
Like the whole family?
I don't know. I would imagine like they raised their family and then it was just the parents.
The couple? Okay, maybe.
But one after another. It's creepy. Anytime they were brought up in conversation, the lights would flicker, but never otherwise. I lived there until my divorce in 2017, and in 4 years, I experienced a lot. Sitting out back around the fire pit we set up around 50 yards away was a ridgeline of white pines, limbed up to about 8 feet, so the bottoms were just trunks. There were shadow figures standing among those tree trunks every single night I sat out there.
What?
Sometimes you'd think your eyes were just seeing the trunks, but if you let your eyes unfocus for a minute, there were figures, maybe a dozen or so. More readily seen with intentional peripheral vision than staring straight on. Do you need a minute?
Do you describe my face right now?
You look very skeptical inquisitive.
There you go. Okay, you just keep reading.
Okay. We had a dog, Daisy, a yellow lab mix, who at the time we moved there was about 6 years old. She was a typical easygoing, sweet girl, only ever scared of the vacuum cleaner previously. The back of the kitchen had a hallway off of it that if you walked through led to the laundry room on the left and the back of the foyer on the right. I suspect the rear of the foyer was the back door of the original house long ago. Daisy's favorite place in any other house we lived in was the kitchen with me, waiting for a scrap of chicken to fall. Not here. Where this hallway started terrified her. I could stand there with chicken in my hand and call her shut up. That's weird.
Wow.
And she would hide in the family room behind the sofa.
Oh, poor dog.
She wouldn't even look at you if you stood in that spot.
Wow.
Ooh, what was
there?
behind her? Oh, it's scary. It was around Christmas that first time I saw the guy in the dining room. And at that point, just drop that little nugget.
Yeah, she sure did.
We're like, oh, there's noises. And then there's a man.
And then the first time I saw him, what?
At this time, I was working on the house renovations 8 to 10 hours a day and getting ready for the holidays and taking care of my kids and our new chickens.
Oh, man.
Aw.
It all sounded great.
Chickens
sounded amazing. And then she threw in kids. I'm like, oh, no, you're renovating with kids for 8 to 10 hours a day?
Yeah.
Nope.
So I was exhausted all the time. Walking through the dining room to go to the upstairs, my eye caught something. I thought I saw someone sitting in an extra chair I had sat next to the new buffet among the wall. Scared the shit out of me.
I bet.
I looked and nothing. Just tired. Next night, same. And the night after that. By the third night, I thought, I'm either losing my mind or there's just a guy sitting in the dining room every night. Here was the thing, though. I could see him clear as day in my peripheral vision. As soon as I turned and looked, there was an empty chair. So the next night, I walk into the dining room and just stand there, staring straight ahead and try to pick up every detail of him without looking at him. So she still sees him. She's doing this intentionally, awake, and she sees him. Very tall, very thin, like cheekbones sunken and eye sockets sunken,
Ew.
starving.
Ew.
Mutton chop sideburns, shaggy kind of hair.
Wow.
But slicked back with waves in it. He was wearing some sort of jacket with a small collar, dark, but I couldn't tell you the color, or if there were things sewn on it like patches or rings. But it did give me the feeling he was a military guy. It took me a long time to gather these details, and he wasn't there every single night, maybe half the time. I did try to talk to him, but he never made a sound or even blinked. He wasn't completely solid in form, and I could never get a photo. Believe me, I tried. Back to the mice. This is good.
Wait, now it's getting good?
Right.
Oh,
man.
Erin,
Intentionally, right?
We fought over this one. You didn't realize we were fighting over this one, but we were. And you won.
I knew we were fighting
Damn,
over it. You mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, I want to read that one.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to grab it up. Okay.
I had set traps all over because they were everywhere. The mice, not the traps.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Did you understand?
Yes, I totally
Okay, sorry.
You're such a dog.
Really fumbling here.
Oh, I love it.
If you've never slept in a big old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, you have no idea how loud mice can be. Listen, as a hamster owner, now I can tell you, I believe rodents are very loud. I thought we had raccoons in the attic.
Oh my God.
It was the basement that proved weird, though. It was a stacked stone foundation, not the sort of basement you could ever turn into a living space. Dirt floor, super creepy, spider central. My kids were absolutely not ever setting foot down there, and I totally had the creeps every time I had to go down. I did have to go down and empty mouse traps, though, so maybe every other day. I'd go down there with my rubber gloves and a plastic bag to clear the mouse remains. I started finding marbles, glass, pretty colors, randomly on the floor. Nothing was kept down there at all, so spotting them was easy. I stopped getting mice after about 4 days, but kept finding marbles for months.
Stopped getting mice as in there were no more in the trap. She'd already killed them all.
Yeah.
But she'd go down there to check.
Right.
Well, damn, she just took away my debunk. Okay, go on.
Love it. Good job, Heather.
No, hold on. I've got to come up with another one.
Okay.
I
don't care. I love it. I'm celebrating her win. Middle of the floor, etc. And sometimes I would hear what sounded like marbles being rolled around on floor while I was the only one home. No idea, but I have a half jar of cool marbles.
Oh, how funny. I love that she kept them.
Me too. I love marbles.
Really?
Is that weird? I love them.
I mean, I don't think it's weird. I think it's an interesting thing I didn't know about you.
Dad has a bag of marbles, and
I love
to go.
They are very pretty.
Yeah, I love them.
Well, now I love them too.
Oh, fuck you. They're mine someday.
Oh, I didn't mean I was going to take that bag. I just meant you got so defensive so fast.
I've always been like, those are my marbles.
Oh, clearly you've always getting something I didn't know. You had already gone shopping at Mom and Dad's house. It's all right. I have two.
I feel
I
like the
know.
marbles are the only thing I really want.
Oh my gosh, I did not realize that. I just meant like, well, now I get it. I can remember that like memory of playing with those marbles. I don't want them. I just being like, you know what, marbles are a cool thing because they all look
I'm
different.
so sorry.
If I promise that you can have the bag of marbles, can we share in the love of
yes,
marbles?
and we can
Okay.
look at the marbles together. You
Oh,
just live across
okay,
the
good.
street.
That's so exciting. Okay, I take it off. I'm no longer excited about marbles.
Oh,
I retract it.
Oh no!
It lost its luster real fast.
Oh my gosh! Oh, my sides hurt.
You're gonna make me pee. Just think about that moment. Boy, you really have thought about this marbles a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Calm
Get it
down.
together. Get
Calm
it together.
down. I could laugh about that for probably an hour. I'm gonna stop thinking about it. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. So she found some marbles.
And now she has a full half jar of marbles.
Yeah. I really want Heather to leave those marbles to you in her will.
That'd be so weird.
It'd be so random.
We haven't done this podcast
Oh
in
my
30
gosh.
years.
But I got a jar full of marbles from Heather. Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay. Everybody send me your marbles.
Mhm.
I'm ready for them.
Clearly, Erin's lost hers.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
In the spring, I had to clean out the barn if I ever wanted to have animals live in it. I spent every waking moment out there in the barn that was older than the house, and several times I heard voices. I was on the second floor, and I could hear two men having a conversation below me through the floorboards. That sounds like my dream.
It does. Did she sleep in the barn? Is that when she'd hear this?
I thought you were going to be like, did she sleep with the men? And I was like, judgy? That's
No.
none of your business.
Please, does that sound like something I would judge?
No.
Not at all.
No, I didn't know what you were about to say.
No, I just meant like maybe she was dreaming. Maybe she got tired and was like, I don't want to lay in this bay of hell. Hell?
Bell
Hey.
hell. Bell of hell.
Oh, this hay bale. What is it called?
Hey, Bale.
Okay, she's going to lay on that and take a nap.
That's not what you said the first time. Bella hell is what you said.
I know. I totally messed it up.
Okay.
That's why I was asking you the second time.
Yeah.
Is that right? Did I say it right that time? Oh, man.
The closest neighbors were a solid half-mile away, and there was no one there but me. I also often came out there to things being unplugged. Oh, that's like last week's episode.
Yeah.
The water heaters for buckets mostly. I never got a trail cam set on them, but I should have. Whatever it was would unplug stuff all the time. Even the electric fence charger, and my goats would get out constantly.
Oh, no.
I
But
know, that
also
sucks.
goats, chickens. She is amazing.
No, what a cool place.
Right.
Marbles.
Don't forget the jar of marbles. I really got Erin going. Oh, no. Okay.
Okay.
You had to bring it back up, didn't you? I worked so hard to get over that.
I like goats. I like chickens. I love marbles. Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, man. No, I'm really hot. Okay, go ahead.
I should say that I personally never experienced anything that I would consider threatening, but my kids did. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
After my divorce, I moved out and my ex kept the house. The kids, 10 and 14 at the time, would be there every other weekend. They have both seen the man with the hat, ridiculously tall and solid black. That's not the man she described earlier. That's the hat man.
Yeah.
Solid black in a hat.
Yeah.
Hello.
Mm.
Ooh, that's weird that we both read a story
It
with a hat
is.
man.
It is. It's quite a coincidence.
Every time they would tell me about this, I would do my best protection without being there, and it would stop for a while. But it always came back. The ex just sold the house 6 months ago, and they haven't seen it since. Thank goodness. I have more experiences, especially out here near Gettysburg, but this is it for this particular house. Let me know if you want more.
Yes. Please.
Yes, for sure. That was fantastic. That was such a good email.
It was such a good one. And I get her next one. Dibs.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Okay.
Fine. As long as she sends me a marble.
Yes. Oh my gosh. She's such a dork.
I'm
If
kidding.
you
I'm
give
not
me
really
the
that
next one.
obsessed with marbles. I just really like that bag of marbles.
Well, I can understand it. They're dads and they are special. And the bag is kind of like 60s. It's like
Mhm.
retro. The marbles themselves are retro. It's fun. I bet those marbles have seen some things.
Ew, like what?
Not anything dirty. I'm saying like at parties. Did like in the 60s, did they play with marbles at
I
parties?
don't know. If they were kids, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. We should ask Dad, what did you use these marbles for?
I think they were just his marbles when he was a kid.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sweet.
You're so weird. What do people do with marbles?
I have no idea. That's why I was so interested.
Oh, no.
in me.
And then I've just told how much I love them. People are going to think I'm a freak.
I mean, I definitely did not think of Dad's marbles as being dirty. You know?
You said it in a weird way.
No, I'm saying like maybe there was like a game that they like a drinking game or something like that. That's what I was thinking of. Swear to you, you always say things dirty.
If anybody has a marble drinking game, please write that in.
Yes.
Someday I'm gonna inherit a bag, and I need to know
how to play with these marbles in a non-dirty way. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So sorry.
Now I'm thinking of all the dirty ways to play.
You said it.
You are the freak that made me think it. Okay. Okay. But
okay.
My debunk for the marbles could still be a crafty mouse that just never got caught in a trap.
Okay.
Mice like to, they like to hoard things. They like to get things. I don't know why there's an endless supply of marbles in the basement.
Yeah, where are they getting those marbles?
I don't know. Maybe
nothing is there.
Maybe that owners from the 1960s, their kid had a bag of marbles that left it. And you see this little mouse. Can't you picture him? He's so cute. He's got little hands. And he's like trying to pick up this marble, but it just keeps slipping out of his hands.
Oh.
But
puts it under his chin like a corn
he's trying,
kernel, like Gus Gus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so cute. See? But he gets halfway across the room and slips out every time. And then here she comes picking up those marbles. And he's like, every single time I'm so close, she comes and picks up the damn marble. Now he's a mad mouse. Anyway, we could go on and on about his story, but I think that could be something. He's just crafty. He doesn't get caught in a mouse trap. He's good.
Okay. All right, sure.
Okay, so there's that. And then I would say, as far as hearing the sounds No. Let me go back, because the one that she said about the man.
Okay, the man she could see in her peripheral.
Like, I even hesitated saying this before, but this is where my mind went, and I'm just going to stay true to what this podcast is, and I don't want to scare you, Heather, but this is what I thought. Like, I think it's been linked to some sort of brain something where you see things out of your peripheral vision that either aren't there, or they're like shadow figures or things like that. And she even talked about like focusing or unfocusing.
Yeah, but I feel that way about a lot of things. I can see something almost more clear out of my peripheral. Maybe I have the same brain thing.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. I would be, I don't know. I think it would be worth mentioning to your doctor.
Okay. All right.
I'm not saying that I am a doctor. I'm just saying that that's, as a skeptic, if that happened to me, that's where my mind would go, is I need to go get looked at. I need to make sure that...
Really and truly, if you saw it several nights in a row, and then you could point out details.
Even more so if I kept seeing it.
Oh, man.
Even more so if I kept seeing it over and over again, I would be like, whoa, there's something going on neurologically.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so at all.
And maybe not.
I can't imagine being able to see a person out of my peripheral vision and thinking it was my brain. That would never connect that. I'd be like, well, there's clearly a ghost. We can just...
Well, yeah, but that's because you believe in ghosts.
I know.
When you're a person who does not believe in ghosts, it's like, well, what is this?
I just feel like...
And then you go to the doctor.
I truly don't believe anybody doesn't believe in ghosts. I really feel that deep down.
Here we go again.
I know.
Okay, well, guess what? They don't. A lot of people. So anyway.
Yeah.
I would just, it's worth mentioning to a medical doctor of some sort.
Sure.
Especially if maybe that still happens from time to time and you're no longer in that house.
Doesn't sound like it does.
I mean, she didn't say. So just, Heather,
okay.
Heather, right. For my own peace of mind, your next checkup, just mention it casually to the doctor. What does it mean if I see things you don't even have to explain them. Just, does that mean anything?
All right.
And the same with the shadow figures. Like she was talking about focusing and unfocusing, especially when I do. So it seems like she kind of has some sort of ability to control. But I also think that
like a medium.
Okay. Yes, could be a medium. I don't think she called herself a medium though.
No, she didn't. I am.
You are though. But I've said this a million times and you never believe me. I don't know if people out there are like agreeing with me or they totally don't believe me either. But you can make your brain see things, especially in the dark. You can take an object And you can, if you feel, and especially if she saw it one night and then the next night she's like, I'm going to see if I can see that again.
Yeah.
I feel like she can make her brain play a trick on her and convince herself that in that tree line, she is seeing something. It's far away. It's dark. It's shadowy. I mean, that's like all those. Okay, now I'm going to talk like doctor. Those are the trifecta of things you need to make up. Dark, shadowy tree line. Boom. You see stuff in your brain.
What I like about this email is when she says, I'm just tired. Like, she admits.
Yeah, sure.
I'm tired.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly, I just need to go to bed and ignore this feeling.
Right.
But it kept happening.
Right. Like, the story always seems to, for whatever reason, hold a little bit more credibility when it's written from a skeptical point of view.
Okay.
At least for me.
Okay.
Well, no. I don't mean that. I don't mean like it's truly like it ends skeptical.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like I was skeptical that this was even happening.
Yeah.
And then it just kept happening. To me, it's like, okay, you weren't just like at the first line of sight, you weren't like, oh, okay, that is a fucking ghost. It took you a little bit to be like, shit's going down. And what is this?
Okay.
But also at the same time, though, you put in a setting like a farmhouse that is, I mean, it's the setting of every scary movie that there ever was. It's ingrained in our brains.
Yeah.
From the time we're little bitty, that you're either A, going to get murdered in a farmhouse, or B, you're going to fall in love. I mean, sometimes you fall in love with a hot
okay. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes there's like a hot guy on a tractor.
Like the vet in town.
What is the vet in town?
Baby Boomer. Remember that movie where she moves to a farm and then she falls in love with the vet?
Oh, is that the one where she feeds the baby so much baby food and there's like baby food everywhere?
Well, yeah,
she decides to make the
baby food.
Diane Keaton.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. That's funny. I have not thought of that movie in years.
I watch it like once a year.
Oh, such a good movie. Such a good movie. That one, and then hold on, what was the other one? Moon. Reese Witherspoon.
Oh,
Man in the Moon.
Oh my gosh, that movie rips out my whole heart.
Rips out your heart. Oh, it's so good. If you haven't seen that one and you want to cry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. But hot tractor guy. So sometimes, if you're on a farmhouse,
you're either going to get murdered, you're going to fall in love,
or you're going to be haunted as fuck.
Okay.
Like you're not just going to live a normal humdrum life. Aliens might come down in a farmhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Something spectacular is going to happen in a farmhouse. So especially if you're in the city and you then move to a farmhouse, you've now gotten this heightened awareness of like something big is going to happen in this farmhouse.
Yeah.
She, I think, went haunted.
Yeah. And then it was backed up by hauntings.
By sounds of mice.
Uh-huh.
By perhaps something neurologically. And then there was another one at the end there. Oh, the talking in the barn. It's strange to me that like she didn't really talk about like trying to see them. She just kind of took it that like she's up top.
Yeah.
It didn't say like, and then when I would look, there would be nobody there. I don't think. Sometimes.
I don't think she specifically said that, but I got the impression.
You got the impression that she did?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of like, I don't know, why wouldn't you just go down and see if there wasn't somebody there?
Yeah. I mean, she talks about how nobody was around. So it makes me feel like she checked and nobody was around.
Okay. I don't know, other than maybe like sound travels and you don't know how far away people might be outside of the barn.
I mean, she was pretty specific, but okay.
So yeah, those are my things. I think it's just the setting has created this, series of coincidences that have happened that she has then decided this must be a haunting, which I get is Gettysburg.
Yeah.
It's a barn.
Yeah.
It's a farmhouse.
Let's go to Gettysburg sometime and just see how haunted it is. Let's just go camp out.
Okay. You know what's funny? As far as
I don't want to do that.
Totally
no, I really freak myself out with the thought of it.
Gosh, let's just go camp. I don't care where it's at. You had me at camping. I'm like, that's not.
I do want to
go
camping.
You would go camping?
I love camping.
You do? That seems so strange.
I love camping.
You hate hiking.
I don't like hiking. I love sitting around playing cards outside and drinking.
Oh, well, sure. Who doesn't love that? But you don't want to go and see anything while you're there.
I I can be talked into it on occasion.
Okay.
If it's like, no, this is actually cool and not just like, we're going to walk uphill and there are dead leaves on the ground. I don't care about that.
Okay. I gotcha.
As long as there's a purpose.
Maybe if there's some marbles on the trail.
We'll never know till we go.
That's how I get you to go. I'm like, and then I'll put a marble down.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, funny. Okay. Either way, great story.
Great story.
Great story. I mean, I kind of gave it to you. It's fine. I had my eye on it for so long. It was good. That was a good one.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you still have another one here.
Oh, that's right. Do we have time?
Yeah, but I'm going to get more bourbon.
Perfect.
Picture it. It's 2004. You just put on your orange Fanta-flavored lip smackers, zipped up your low-rise jeans, and are about to ask your mom for a ride to the movie theater to go watch a Cinderella story. I'm Mo.
And I'm Christina, and we are the hosts of Movies That Raised Us,
a late 90s and 2000s podcast that dives into your favorite nostalgic movies.
We're talking Princess Diaries, The Click, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
We're sick of great movies being ripped to shreds by critics.
I firmly believe that Uptown Girls deserves more than a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
And Jamie Lee Curtis deserved a Daytime Emmy for her Activia commercial.
We love movies that we can watch over and over again.
They make us laugh, make us want to travel the world, and make us grateful that we didn't have a coach dad a la Troy Bolton.
So join us for a virtual sleepover every Wednesday where we deep dive into montages,
unrealistic expectations,
chunky highlights,
role models,
and the movies that raised us.
Hey, believers.
And skeptics.
Well, we've got something you can both enjoy. The Speed Art Museum is having an exhibit called The Supernatural America. It examines the artwork that has shaped our collective imagination of the supernatural and paranormal and asks why America is haunted. This exhibit runs until January 2nd.
Museum hours are Friday 1 to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Masks are required to enter the museum. What a fun way for all skeptics
and believers
to get the shit scared out of them, but in a classy way. Okay, so here is AJ's second short little story, but a good one, packs a punch.
Okay.
I work in home health and I was at a patient's house. I saw some movement out of the corner of my eye, out of the window, which is not unusual because the road is right there, so it is usually a car passing. This time, it looked like a woman walking up to the door, which I thought was either a nurse or maybe another therapist.
Mm-hmm.
The doorbell never rang. No one came in, but almost instantly, it sounded like someone started walking around on the second floor, which we both heard.
Huh.
They don't use the second floor because it is unsafe for him to use stairs and no one else is in the house. I can maybe explain away seeing someone come up to the door as a car passing, maybe, but not the footsteps on the second floor. To follow up to the story, I no longer see this patient because they were hospitalized and moved to hospice.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Right.
That was a teeny tiny little story.
But it was like a very good, like quick little visual.
I poured such a large glass of bourbon.
I know you did. Don't worry. We got the fan favorite to get through. But yeah, it was a very quick little, but told you, it packs a punch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a weird, comes up to the door and then
Right.
instantly you hear walking up above you.
Right. Is there any way to
I love
get
it.
into
Tell
the
me,
house
tell me, what do you think?
other than the front door? Like they walked up and then they were living on the top floor.
Right. It's like I've trained you. Erin.
I'm just saying.
Finally there. You don't just take it at face value of it must be a ghost. You're starting to think of, well, what are the other ways?
No, I feel like you've ruined me fully. I will listen. I listen to a lot of ghost,
I
like
love it.
paranormal podcasts,
Uh-huh.
and
And
often I'm like,
you hear my
well,
voice.
that is not a ghost. I say it all the time. I'm like, oh, come on. That was not a ghost. And I
proud
a
of you.
little bit of me dies inside every time I think that. I'm like, damn it, she's ruining me.
Oh man, I ruined the believer.
No, you didn't, because there are still most stories. I'm still like, well, no, that was a ghost.
And
Heather's story, ghost.
and many marbles that will fill that void.
That's right. AJ's story, the Hat Man, I believe that was paranormal. I don't know if ghost or
Mhm,
alien, but I
mhm.
feel like that really happened.
Okay.
And I'm not saying I don't believe that the footsteps, especially since it was so instant. I'm just saying some little punk ass kid is like,
Mm-hmm.
this old man lives here. He can't even get upstairs, and he figured out a way to hop,
Right.
hop, and then get up there.
Yep. There you go. That was
I
my
could see
typical-
that. I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Either way, still creepy.
yeah, very scary
Yeah. You don't want somebody up in the house where you're at.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be there.
for sure.
Well, there you
Man, I
go.
feel like I took the winds out of your sails there. I just
No, Tris, talk about sit back and relax. I'm like, there you go. There's yeah. This is what this has all been about. My big evil plan is just so that you can do what? Do a podcast by yourself?
we'll
That's
just
like
get on and
halfway there was like
talk
that's-
about neither of us believe in ghosts.
Yeah, right. We do not like ghosts. No, I love them. I just don't believe them.
Right. All right.
Okay, so are you ready for fan favorite?
Yeah.
Are you so proud of me you didn't even have to remind me?
I
this
am.
week?
I also got the panic you always get. And I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
oh, fan favorite. I did not. And I was like, oh, that's not me. I'm good.
Okay. So this week's fan favorite is Hannah.
Hannah.
Yes, the lovely Hannah. So Hannah, I've noticed this person for a while now, just kind of popped up on Facebook, leaving little things here and there, liking a lot of our posts,
Uh-huh.
putting funny things on there. Always made me laugh. I think
Yeah.
like at one point she put like a little story on there. I don't know. She's been active for a while on our Facebook page. And so
Awesome.
she's got my eye. I'm like, I see you, Hannah. I see you working your magic.
Aw.
So I told her that we were picking her as our fan favorite. And she said, well, hello there. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, I'm not sure if this is what you meant by plugging, but it totally is.
Okay.
Because I think it's funny. I'm like, listen, it's going to be right up our alley, girl. Okay. You could tell people to check out Teachers Treasures in Indianapolis. I've never heard of this. Have you heard
Okay.
of this?
No.
We are a 501c3 nonprofit free, that's in all capital letters, store for teachers in
Oh
our
my
county.
Gosh, that sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah. Just wait till you hear.
Okay.
We currently serve close to 4,000 teachers,
Wow.
271 schools, and 100,000 students from 15 districts.
Oh my gosh.
We are at, and then she leaves the website. That's what that's called. That's what these youngins are calling them these
oh
days.
my gosh.
She leaves the website. It's called teacherstreasures.org. And we can take every $1 donation and turn it into $15 worth of school supplies.
Oh my gosh. Can teachers travel to this free store?
Right,
Just
right.
kidding.
Well, she did say how we could do something, which we won't really be into, but it's okay. I'll still read it.
Oh, okay. So, can't wait.
Right. She said, I am their volunteer and operations manager, and we love people getting involved. We also do a Circle City Donut Dash. That part, 5K.
Oh, I've done a 5K. I walked a lot of it.
Well, I could walk 5K for sure. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like I walk 5K on a day-to-day basis at
Right.
school.
I one time thought, I was like, man, I am killing this 5K. I'm at the halfway point. And then
Yeah.
I saw our friend Emily, who was behind me at the time, and she was like, no, we're not at the halfway point.
Oh,
We're like at
no.
the quarter point.
Oh, no.
And from that point on, I stopped running and I walked the rest of it. I was so pissed. I was like,
if
are you
had
freaking
never
kidding
run
me?
into her, I wonder if you'd kept running.
Yeah, I would have ran for a while. I don't know if I would have ran the whole time, but I was
Ugh.
like, I am killing this. Yeah, no, it sucked pretty bad. But for a donut, I
Well,
consider it.
I always think that's so funny that they have 5Ks like for beer, for donuts. I'm like, that defeats the purpose. It's like the time that I joined Planet Fitness, and every Monday they had free pizza night.
Yeah, keeping that clientele.
I know that's when I like caught on. I was like, and Tootsie Rolls, like Tootsie Roll Pops as you would leave. I'm like, you bastards. Okay. So anyway, she does say that they have a Circle Donut Dash 5K on March 19th with free donuts. I mean, that part I'd be into, just not the 5K.
Sure.
Although, like I said, I wouldn't mind walking a 5K. A donut eating challenge.
Oh, I
Right.
could throw down some donuts.
And then here it is.
Okay.
This is why we might need to mark off March 19th.
Okay.
Free booze.
Oh, hey there. I'm
Shut
free
your
on March 19th.
mouth. I mean, what goes better with donuts than booze? Free booze. That any teacher anywhere who participates not only supports a great cause, but also earns a voucher to come back and shop with us.
Oh, that's so nice.
I know. We might have to do it.
Okay, wait. But do we have to go to Indianapolis for this?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm still okay with it.
I know. We could start training. I feel like
Do we
that
know
would be good for
anybody
us.
in Indianapolis that we can spend the night with? Hannah, how do you feel? How do you feel about some crashers?
Yeah, right. Couch surfers. Oh, that's funny. I'm sure we could figure out somebody or get a cheap hotel room. It'd be
Yeah, I
fun.
definitely went to elementary school with a girl who is like,
You gonna call her up?
maybe. She does like the visitor center. Like she's always posting on Facebook. But Indy,
call her up.
yeah. What is she like? Put us in a suite. Oh, Morgan, I'm coming for you.
Definitely call
I
her
just
up.
dropped your name.
Be fun.
Man, boy, this turned into a really fun
I
fan
know.
favorite.
Yeah. Hashtag Morgan. We love you.
I don't think we've talked since 5th grade, but hey,
Well, we've loved you since 5th grade.
that's right.
Just haven't spoken.
That's right.
People drift apart, Morgan. It's okay. They also drift back together when free rooms are available.
That's right. Come on, hook me up.
Okay. So of course, that is amazing. As teachers, Aaron and I would be honored to promote and donate
Yes.
to such a great cause. What an amazing job you have. She said, oh yes, I went into nonprofits for the fortune and fame, LOL.
Oh,
And then she said, I was an AmeriCorps literacy tutor teaching Orton Gillingham.
wow.
Don't even know what that is. Do you?
Yeah, teach us. I have no idea.
Right. Then became an instructional assistant for 2 years before coming into this position. My husband is an elementary school music teacher, which is hot. I love that. So I've been in the trenches. Thought you guys would like to hear about us. I'm afraid you might get a bit jealous. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because listen to this.
Okay.
Teachers get to shop for free once a month,
Oh my gosh.
and the average cart is worth $500.
Holy crap.
What's up, Kentucky?
Yeah, come on.
What's going on? We can't get that at Kentucky?
Yeah, come on.
Huh, okay.
At Kentucky.
Maybe that's why our teachers aren't as smart.
We're at Kentucky. Come on, guys. What you
Oh,
doing?
shit. You're right. We don't deserve it.
We don't.
No, just me.
I hear donuts. I hear booze. I hear closing my exercise ring with walking
Yep.
and one free shopping. Hello.
Yeah.
If we can do this, I'm down.
We could totally do this. March 19th. We need to start figuring this shit out.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, thank you. As a small nonprofit, we love helping spread the love.
Oh, that is awesome.
I
We will
know.
absolutely get off here and donate in just a minute. That's
Definitely.
wonderful.
Yes, for
You know,
sure.
we're going to support teachers.
Oh my gosh. I know. That's what I was saying. I was like, yeah. And we
Yeah.
have a lot of teacher friends, I feel like, that listen to this. So
Right. And Hannah, like maybe, branch out. Call some
Right.
people in Louisville.
I think you need a Kentucky branch. I promise I will start. I won't promise that. I'll just, I promise to continue to love children with all my heart. That
Yes.
I always promise.
Yes, for sure.
And to teach them about the truth behind pilgrims. Fuck them.
Boom. Drop that mic. Well, guys, it's been another fun episode. You can follow us on social medias at TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You can write your emails into us at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can go to our website at www.gmail.com, and you can support us on patreon.com. Just search My Skeptical Sister. Please go support Hannah's cause.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers
Treasures.
Teachers Treasures.
.org.
That is really cool. Teacherstreasures.org. That is such a cool organization. And
Where should they send their marbles to?
I know. Should we get a P.O. box? I've thought about it.
When we get enough money to someday. They're expensive.
They are expensive. All right. We're going to hold off on the P.O. box. Unless you're like, I got marbles.
Unless you want to sponsor a P.O. box for us. How do you get P.O. box to sponsor us?
I don't know. I don't know how to get anybody to sponsor us.
Me neither.
Rate, review, subscribe on Apple, or listen wherever you listen to your podcast, and tell your friends about us. And I think that's about it. Did I miss anything?
I'm just sitting here thinking of how to say goodbye.
Oh, dear.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to slowly say
Mm-hmm.
thank you all for joining us.
Arrivederci. Have I already said that?
You talked about it for a long time last week, and I think I
don't
put it.
think I did.
I think I put it in our bloopers.
Hold on. I just really want to say arrivederci. Keep taking my joy. You're like that damn ghost that stole that stuffed animal. Like, you don't get to say arrivederci because you already did.
You can say it. I just think
No,
you maybe
it's
already have.
fine. I will look up something else really quickly. Au revoir.
La 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 la.
He stood there for a minute and reached out, taking the stuffed animal I was holding without.
Wait,
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hold all of your gasps
I
and ahs.
can't not
'Cause
hold
my
on.
eyes-
I'm at the edge of my seat.
Oh man, I hope I'm not getting old. My eyes got blurry all of a sudden. I'm like, oh man, is this when I need glasses at
Yeah.
41?
Probably.
Oh, well, nope. Just let me make it a little bit bigger. No glasses needed. Here we go. Neurologically, why can I not say the word?
Neurologically.
It's like I got to gear it up like a motor. No.
Oh my God.
Neurologically.
But
I bet you can't. I'm gonna list. Hold on.
okay. I picked out the dream house, mid 1800s farm. I was trying to think if it was like century, but it didn't say
I
century.
just kept thinking you were saying like 18 cents. 18 cents. I'm like, why is she putting years into money value? That's
Oh,
weird.
sorry. And at the time, I was working on the house rent, and at the time, I feel
You sound like when you rewind a show, like with the VHS.
activity initially got written off as noises from mice.
Why is that tripping you up?
I don't know.
Maybe it's because noises from mices.
Well, I wanted to say a noise from a mouse, but then I was like, that's not what that says. It says from mice.
Noises. What if you just said noises got written off?
No, she writes it perfectly.
Okay.
I've said it perfectly at least once.
Oh, did you? Also, is irregardless a word?
I think so.
I think it's just regardless.
Deep in thought, but also like,
Is inquisical a word? Inquisitive? Inquisical.
oh no, you're real judgy on my vernacular tonight.
Okay. You just keep reading.
Okay.
You're doing good.
Okay.
That
I'm sorry.
that in
I'm done.